Hi there, Stephen Sydney of GNOSIS, the website truebluehealer.com. I'm just going to tell you some sort of very practical applications of Gnosis in daily life. The basic principle goes like this. There is a second intelligence, a common intelligence, which in all people is generally a silent partner until they wake up at some point in their life. Now, the website closes a switch in people to speed that process, compress it down to about a week. Works on people from teenage years right up to plus 80. Okay, we've already had people more than 80 through the website. Now, to give you an example, the second intelligence works through other people and it brings agnostics together. So there is much evidence of God using emails to communicate between agnostics to bring things to each other's attention. Here's an example. 2 weeks ago, someone came into my website. I don't watch people. I didn't know he was there. He dutifully did. This is Logan. He did all the things he was asked to do. Kept a notebook beside the bed, waiting for signals, messages, etc. Nothing happened. After 7 days of waiting, he's a very spiritual person, by the way, and a very polite person in letters. He wrote to me and complained, and he actually said, look, I've done all the things you've asked, and I can see it works for everybody else. I'm feeling a bit left out. What's happening to me? What am I doing wrong? So I said to him, Logan, that's unusual for people to get absolutely nothing in a whole 7-day period. So there's likely a good reason for it, and the most likely purpose of the long silence is that you are required to write back to me, make contact via email, you see. That was my first sentence answer to him in my response. I also suggested to Logan, wherever he is, somewhere likely in the North Americas, I also suggested to him that he try some self-awareness exercises such as becoming aware of his heartbeat, progressive relaxation, and focusing on one's breathing, that sort of thing. Because some of the messages and signals can be so subtle, you see. So I didn't think too much about this because I've done this many times before, and immediately sent him an email back in about 10 minutes, you see. Silence then for about a week, and I've got nothing back from Logan. So just yesterday, I drop him a line, and I say, Logan, how are you getting on? What's happening to you? Tell me what the latest news is. I got a reply just today, and he said to me that the email was literally a part of the process, and he said, as he was reading my reply email, guess what happened? His hands lit up. Both hands tingled. So, that was the reason for the week-long silence, to get his attention, to get him angry, to make him write to me. In frustration, because it was obviously working for everybody else, but why not Logan, you see? So, now the other thing was, in his first letter of complaint, he didn't realise he was already being driven and operated by that second intelligence, that creator within him, because he said something funny at the end of his complaining letter. He said, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I had this strange experience when I was 16 years old, in a church, and something happened to me, XYZ. Very unusual experience, you see. And he said, I have no idea why I'm telling you this, but I feel compelled to type it. So, that was the end of the letter, you see. Now, that paragraph that he wrote, felt compelled to type and had no idea why he was doing it, was actually deeply meaningful to me because I know a lot about it, because I've just read a magazine article on that very subject. It's a rare magazine article. I'm going to post it on the website for him to read. But that's an example of me holding information very valuable to another Gnostic, and he is triggered, he's nudged into communicating with myself because I've got the information that he needs to know. Now, many people who are in the Gnostic community talk about this. Jill in Washington reports this kind of thing happening to her frequently. She'll just casually drop an email to somebody about a funny subject, and the other person will write back and say, I've been looking for that for ages. I was wishing out loud I knew how to do that particular thing, and you dropped me the email giving me the very answer to the question I've been posing for 3 or 4 days. It's amazing. What synchronicity? Well, it's no accident. It's two Gnostics being brought together. So I just thought I'd give you there a couple of examples of how Gnosis coordinates people over the internet, and that there are many hundreds of emails with events, times and places, questions and answers. Answers being supplied even before questions sometimes, to reveal a second intelligence that makes itself known to Gnostic people, while the rest of humanity sleepwalks. So, yes, it is true, there's been a distinct war against humanity waged by the little bunch of people at the top of the power pyramid. They think they've got the whole thing sewn up. It's a sure thing. They're talking about banning the internet and all sorts of wonderful things to ensure their success. But they're still very wary of us, of people on the internet. It looks like a hopeless cause trying to take on the New World Order. But look what we've got on our side. A bunch of rebellious Gnostics coordinated literally by God. And you'll get the same sort of signals, reminders and invites to write strange emails to other people, and you'll see that people link up continuously using Gnostic connections. The website's got some people in it where people have been brought in just to leave their signature in the website and say they were brought there from dreams or letters typed into their head. You can look at the web pages Missy and Josie. These are both prominent people. They're both healers. So that's worth a good look up in turbohealer.com. So can I put it to you that the revolt against the New World Order has already begun. It's very small at the moment, but every storm begins with a couple of raindrops. And people say, why did the first raindrop last there? Why did it land there? Why did it go there? Why did the second drop land over there? Well, it doesn't really matter. The storm is the important thing, and every storm begins with a few drops. So you people are the first few drops. Why me, you say? Well, you can be. Why shouldn't you be? I'm saying that the revolt against the New World Order has already begun, and the internet is being used, and Gnosis coordinates people. So I don't want you to go thinking, you'd be quite wrong if you thought I was Spartacus. I assure you I'm not. I'm simply an Australian with a funny accent. But I will tell you this, the coming revolution, a revolution in consciousness that's physically contagious and can be passed around the world over the internet, is going to be the most sophisticated revolution in all human history. It is a long time in the planning, likely hundreds of thousands of years. So why don't you come and investigate this wonderful thing that's already demonstrated with physical evidence in 6 countries. It works around, I've got people coming in from Ethiopia, Canada, France, Germany, America, Japan, Singapore, Poland, all sorts of places, and even a couple of Australians. So why don't you come and have a look at truebluehealer.com and carry the revolution a bit further forward. I'll see you there.